Hey everybody, welcome to a first look series on a new game that just came out called Capital Sparks the Revolution. I just got a code from the developers. I requested one because this game looks really interesting to me, and it definitely fits some of the urges that I've been to break with this channel. And this is like a city builder strategy game based off of a European country in deep crisis. You're the mayor of their capital, and you're trying to prevent social unrest. So we're gonna try some of this today. It's gonna be a few episodes, maybe 2 or 3 or 4, just depending on how much I enjoy it. So far, I got mixed reviews on Steam, so we'll kind of see for ourselves what this is about. So let's go and get into it. Go into normal mode. Capital Sparks the Revolution is a game about crisis and permanent conflict in human society. You'll run out of vital resources in times you need them the most. People will protest and riot despite your best efforts to help them. Not everyone will survive. You'll have to learn how to run a city with limited resources, to balance between people's needs and city development, to deal with angry crowds on the streets. You are the one to shape the future of your people. Just remember, there's no way to make everyone happy. War has swept the continent like a giant wave, crushing everything in its path. We're gonna skip through this. Bourgeoisie are empires, entrepreneurs, and businessmen. Bourgeoisie work in... Okay, I couldn't finish that. I like these art styles. I will go right up front and say that. Oh, this is loading. This game is $24.99 on Steam. It is not early access. It is a full release. Typically with these first look series, I tend to play early access titles, but this is not one of them. So here we go. We're going to get right into it here. New citizens arrived, 100. Greetings, Mr. Mayor. Your assignment is not a surprise to many except me. Your reputation as a leader with problem-solving skills is well known in the high society. Back in the day, a townhouse inauguration has always been accompanied by a ball held by the noble families, where else one can meet an equal without embarrassing themselves. Now, however, the circumstances have changed, and today we do not have the opportunity for rituals such as these. My name is Sir Roderick, 13th in the Stanton Viscount line. The aristocracy is tired of the lawlessness. I hope with all my heart that with your appearance we are turning over a new leaf in our town's history. The nobility has since time immemorial served as the loyal foundation of this government. Enough, sir, your honor. Honeyed words would convince anyone. Rockwell, how dare you? I will not allow... Thank you for introducing me. Jonathan Rockwell at your service, Mr. Mayor. As you can see, the town isn't in the best shape. The occupying forces have left, but they took everything that wasn't nailed down with them. I'm afraid we're bankrupt. Do not despair. We work together, we can overcome this crisis. I was about to suggest a plan of action to restore the palace. Why would we need the palace? How are you planning to repair it anyway? We don't have the materials or the workers. You do not understand, Rockwell. The palace is a symbol of governance. We must show everyone that our town is rebuilding itself from the ashes. Look, we're surrounded by ruins. That is your building material, even if it is not of the best quality. Alright, demolish ruins, repair palace. That's going to take a minute. There's a ruin here. There's a ruin here. Work shift is started. So that counted. We get 600 coin, 100 wood. How much of this do we need to rebuild the palace? 300 wood, okay, we already have the 600 gold. Oh, it's only gonna go, it's not gonna go through them perpetually. It's gonna go through them one at a time. Okay, that's a bit annoying, but we'll deal with it. We need 100 100 homeless. We gotta fix that. I don't know if we'd fix the palace first, but it wants us to do that, so let's just do it. See, oh, I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, the ruins idea is a decent one. You surprised me, Sir Sen. Not every day you can hear a reasonable idea from a nobleman. When not the resource for the palace's restoration. Speed time up just a tad. Nice. Got a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of food, a whole bunch of wood. It's so great to be here again. I just remember the glorious speeches ringing throughout these halls. The clicking of the glasses and the flutter of ball gowns. How long ago has that been? Hate to interrupt your daydream, but we've got a lot of urgent matters to attend to. Sir, it's time to talk economy. The treasury is empty and without gold we can't produce or purchase resources. I have a solution to that problem as well. We must instate a new tax code. It is the tax on the bourgeoisie that it is the main source of income for the treasury. Bravo, you surprised me with your reasonable thinking yet again. There's just one problem, though, with the nobility tends to forget about. It's the bourgeoisie that move the economy forward. We, the entrepreneurs, with our hard work, are creating the profits that go into developing our society. Our money fills the treasury's coffers. Enough, Rockwell. Just money alone is not good enough for good governance. We also need people who are prepared to stand for the interests of the state and its people. Let me finish, damn you. Since your government directly depends on those finances, the relationship between it and the businesses should be mutually beneficial. I did not expect anything else from you. Use every opportunity to feather your nest. Gold is a key element of the economy. There are two main ways to obtain gold: collect taxes from residents and satisfying people's needs in public institutions. You need to sign the Taxation Act. Some of the articles are conventional. All of us have to sacrifice something, Rockwell, if we want to move forward. Sure, accept some sacrifice money, while others just their fancy speeches and ancestral legacies. Let's not argue. I agree to this code. It's imperfect, but not having it is even worse. So we gotta build a tax department. Yo, I would move there, Elizabeth. That's almost done. Buildings can function properly only when they are connected by roads to the central square. What the devil? We don't even have work yet and you already want to tax us? What am I gonna pay with? Should I cut off my arm? That's what I was saying. Calm down, Dawn. The taxes are only for the bourgeoisie, for now. Perhaps some inspector is being overzealous, I'll sort it out. We're all in dire straits here. Oh yeah, I absolutely see how devastated you are without your exotic clams and dancers from overseas. Such a disaster, right? Oh, Mr. Mayor, you're here. Sorry for this interruption. My name is Jack Dawn. My comrades have chosen me to represent the interests of the young working people. So act like it. This is not some market hackling. We're tending to urgent matters here. Allow me to interrupt your argument with an offer. The town is in ruins. We'll need a lot of wood to rebuild the basic infrastructure. That means we'll need to build a sawmill. So, Jack, can I convince your boys to get to work? As if we have a choice. People would agree to anything right now, if they can only feed their families. Let's build ourselves a nice little sawmill. Gotta be connected to the road. We're gonna do these in order. We're gonna do all this around here. That is a box pile. Ruins as far as the eye can see. Ninety happiness on all of the nobles, the bourgeois, and the workers. That's a start. You won't recognize the town soon enough. I see you are very eager to restore your business empire to its former glory. The conditions are harsh, but idling around will be harsher. At least we're being paid a bit so we can make ends meet. Factories that produce resources consume gold during a work shift. When the gold runs out, the production stops. You can suspend the production in order to save some gold. We're producing a good amount of wood here. So they work from 8 to 18 in the day. Things are going well. I'm starting to look to the future with wary optimism. Good for you. What should the workers who ate their last piece of bread yesterday do? I was about to discuss the question of food. The town needs grain, and for that we need to restore the railroad. Only centralized deliveries of grain from the surrounding farms will let us avoid starvation. Let's repair this train station. That's going to go regardless, okay. We're just not going to be able to get any resources till the next day. Thanks to my connections, I managed to establish a constant supply of grain for our town. It's a shame your connections were helpless against the enemy army. Then we wouldn't have been occupied. Trains are good. We don't have any coal, so they need wood. If we run out of it, the supplies will stop and we'll have to go without food again. The railway is the main source of grain for your city. Trains consume wood for each trip. You can upgrade trains to increase their grain capacity, however, increase wood consumption as well. Nobody realized that people aren't horses and we can't eat raw grain. Did your wife forget how to cook, Dawn? My wife is busy clearing out the ruins. She doesn't have time for cooking. Well, in that case, we'll need to build a grain processing facility as well as a diner. Are you planning to eat at the same table with commoners? Rich people will require a separate institution. There you go. There's where the... Well, we've had rich insecurity and rich just snobbiness all the way through, but this is the first real example of it. That's right, and I assure you it'll be much more profitable. The city residents have three needs: nutrition, health, and entertainment. These needs can be satisfied by visiting public institutions. Dissatisfied needs reduce residents' happiness. Alright, so we need to build a food factory, build a pack house, and build a bistro. And we can't really do that until the next day. We could go ahead and do, like, that. Do that one next. That'll give us 200. So we can build one of the things we need. We're limited on how much we can store, so I don't want to go too heavy on this. We can store up to 800. So like I said, I don't want to go too crazy heavy on this. Alright, so let's build the food factory first. Just gonna sleep on the ground because we don't have housing yet. Why wouldn't we? Because we are thinking, I think we're going a little backwards. I would have built housing first. I would have gotten a sawmill and then immediately built housing. But I can see where we need a food factory. But we have food. We have some sort of provision resource already. So, I mean, we could have gotten through the night if we had already built housing. But, Such an enormous building. I did not know grain processing required such equipment. Roderick admitted you thought croissants grew on trees, didn't you? How dare you! I received my education in the Royal Academy, so keep your quips to yourself. To a peg house. Put the peg house right next door, why not? Demolish that. It's amazing with this game, unlike other games, where you can set a building up and magically, no one has to be at it, and it magically appears after a few seconds. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for thinking of the common folk. Don't see that from the government often. And where are the respectable people supposed to eat? This highly unpleasant situation must be resolved immediately. I'm getting to that, you entitled asshat. Public institutions earn gold for each visitor they serve. However, they require gold, food, and alcohol to operate. Public institutions bring profit only if they serve a lot of visitors during the shift. Basic economics. Tell that to the economics major. Or, well, the management major. Let's get a bistro up. All resources except gold can be accumulated only to a certain limit. To increase the accumulation limit, you must research and build warehouses. Gold can be accumulated with no restrictions. We're putting the snobbiness over here. This is getting there. That is definitely a nice little bistro. Why did it pause? Oh, because I was putting roads down. Finally, this town is the place for respectable people. You have my gratitude. Task food production completed. Before Jack Dong gets here, we need to discuss something, Mr. Mayor. Now that starvation doesn't threaten us, we can process extra grain into alcohol. This is much more profitable than food production. What do you say? Let me think. Alcohol licenses, monopoly, tell us, Rockwell, what is your angle this time? The poor people are quite primitive. Their interests don't venture around a pint of beer and a pub brawl. But if they don't have that, they'll get drunk on moonshine and have to brawl in front of your windows. Is that what you want? Of course not. But besides the commoners, respectable people live in town, and they too need their place to rest. Aha, you should have said so right away, that you wanted to be surrounded by young dancers. At the bottom of the screen, there are icons of the problems faced by residents of the city. If these problems are not solved in time, residents will start protesting. So, literally what I've been saying. To that. Or we can do a law. We can do second shift. We can do police, migration, medicine, and education. Medicine. I think medicine is probably the most practical thing we can do right now. Mr. Mayor, there's some pretty lady waiting at reception insisting on meeting you. Do you wish to talk to her in private? I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I cannot wait for the reception hours. It's an urgent matter. So many places have been built in town already, and the people are still sleeping at the campfires like caravanners. That is Abigail Walter, a sister of charity known for her selfless work in the army hospitals. I did not expect to meet you here. Mr. Mayor, people are living without a roof over their head in unsanitary conditions. The slightest drop in temperature would lead to an outbreak of a disease threatening an epidemic. What do you suggest? Building houses? I mean, I suggested that 10 minutes ago. We must provide the people with medicine. Many charlatans are profiteering off of selling useless powders and potions, but the people don't have anyone else to turn to, and you should build houses for them. This can be done by initiating a medicine law, already done, and building an apothecary. The building will take some time, but really we cannot leave the people out in the streets. A vital question then, who will pay for this grand project? The apothecary's profit is minimal, and selling apartments is out of the question. We just don't find buyers. People need places to live. How can we be thinking about profits at this time? My dear Abigail, you can tear off your last shirt and share it with another. You'll both end up half naked. To everything in the ruin, you must build the economy. You have not played charity. While you're busy building new factories, people will die of cold and disease. Who's going to man the workstations then? You? I'm forced to concur. If this problem is not solved now, the consequences could be disastrous. I've said that for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Abby, it's you. Hello. We haven't seen you in a while. Thinking about the people as well, as usual. Thanks for that. Gentlemen, I suggest we consider the next building project again. A sawmill, a food factory, a cabaret. Already got that. A drugstore, damn you. Enough of your endless considering. Before people start dying, we all have gone through it. We have all gone through this. Alright, that's where I'm going to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, favorite, turn on notifications. And I'll see you next time.